Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing an unboxing and first look on the newly released Venum COCO Monogram Pro Boxing Gloves. So check it out. Hey guys, Carlo here, and today I'm excited to bring you guys an unboxing and first look on the newly released Venum COCO Monogram Pro Boxing Gloves. These retail for $450, so they're definitely the most expensive gloves Venum has released so far. You can get these in 4 different colorways: red, blue, black, and brown. The brown is almost like a vintage brown, the blue is like a navy blue, and the red is more like a maroon. There's several sizes you can choose from, anywhere between 8 and 12 ounces. And currently this model only comes in lace up. So let's go ahead and cut this box open to see what these gloves look like. Now, when I initially saw these gloves, the first thing that came to my mind was the price. I saw that they were $450, so immediately I was like, well, what's gonna make these gloves stand out compared to previous models and justify the price of $450? And I know a lot of you guys watching this video are like, well, for $450, I can get Grants, I can get Winnings. There's so many gloves out there. I mean, you could get multiple pairs of cheaper gloves. So for me, in my head, I was thinking like, damn, these better be like some amazing gloves for this price point. So I kind of read the description, and like their pro boxing line, I did a review on their pro boxing gloves several years ago. The hammers, the shields, and the giant 2.0s. And the starting price point on those, I believe at the time, if I can recall, were anywhere between like $289 to $300. And the price kind of varied over the years because they would have sales on them. They would have special edition versions like the Lomachenkos and the Jorge Linares versions. So they had different versions, of those gloves. But these gloves had a significant jump in price to $450. So you're essentially paying $150 more than the pro boxing gloves. The pro boxing gloves were made of Argentinian Napa leather, nice quality leather, and were handmade in Thailand. And that is the same case for these gloves as well. When you go on the website, it shows that these gloves are handmade in Thailand, which is a great thing because I've always loved Thai gloves and the construction has always been amazing. But the biggest difference, instead of using horsehair in these gloves, they use cocoa fiber or cocoa hair. So basically the hair, the fibers from coconut. And they basically say that it's better for protecting your hands, your knuckles. That's yet to be seen. Once I start using the gloves, I'll be able to tell you whether or not that's true in my case, whether I feel it's different from horsehair, if it offers more protection, and just the overall feel and performance compared to a horsehair glove. I don't know if it's horsehair plus foam, but we'll see that here in a second. So I just got the box open. First thing you'll notice is the gloves come in plastic wrap. For the price point that these come in at, $450, I would have expected like some really nice bag or something for the price point, but they just come kind of in this plastic wrap. Not a big deal. I personally never use the accessories that come with the gloves. Anytime it comes with like a carrying bag, it usually ends up somewhere in my closet or in the garage collecting dust anyways. But, it's always like a nice added touch, especially if you're paying the price that you're paying for a pair of gloves like these. So you can see it comes in that plastic wrap. So go ahead and put the cardboard box to the side. Be very careful to open these. Again, you can see they're wrapped in plastic. Put this plastic back open. This side as well. I have them taped up pretty good. There you have it. A little bit of paper separates the gloves. Probably going to see a silica packet fall out. Here is the right glove. You can see it looks very, very nice. The monogram style is kind of gives you that. It kind of reminds you of like a Louis bag or Gucci, where they have their logo basically polka dotted all over the leather, and that's kind of the same look. Venum also has the monogram shoes. I did a review on those. So this is pretty much from the same lineup. So here is the right glove, and I got these in 12 ounces. get the left glove, and here is the left glove. So you can see just the leather itself is beautiful. Much like the Pro Boxing line, that was probably one of the biggest things out of the Pro Boxing line that Venum released. The hammers were my favorite out of the 3 models they offered for the Pro Boxing gloves. But it has a very similar feel and look. The leather on here, it looks really, really nice. It does have that same texture and smell as the other gloves, like the hammers. Has that monogram logo design, and you have that gold Venum logo on the back of the glove. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be centered or not. I'm assuming they're not. You can see that the logo is kind of off to the outside edge, but it's like that on both of the gloves, so I'm just assuming that that's by design. Although the right glove, you can see it's a little bit closer to the outside edge compared to the left. So in terms of like symmetry, it would have been nice that the logos are in the exact same spot. You can see this one's a little bit more centered than the right glove. So we'll go ahead and start with the right glove. Another thing I noticed right off the bat is that the back of the wrist is a flat wrist support or flat wrist cushion, and it has almost like this patent plastic material. And on the inside, you can actually see there's coconut fiber in that. And that's a kind of a cool little detail. I've never seen that before. And of course, this is going to be the first time I've ever used a pair of gloves that utilizes coconut fiber. So you have that, and then you have the Venum patch, which is also leather. So that leather patch is nice. They don't use cloth or plastic. They actually use a piece of leather, and that's in gold. It says Venum Pro Boxing. That's all stitched in, gold logo. You can see the thumb looks really good. Leather attached thumb. Onto the palm side, ventilated holes right above the grip bar. The grip bar on here is nice and pronounced and very dense, so that feels good. And just eyeballing the thumb, I foresee this thumb being comfortable. I haven't slid my hands in here yet, but just based on the shape, I'm hoping that the thumb is very comfortable. Gold around the thumb for the piping, as well as on the inside for the lace track. The laces on here, very similar to what they use on their other gloves. It's more of a flat, waxy type of lace, and then the plastic tips at the very end, so it has almost more of kind of a rigid feel with the laces. You have a Venum stitching, or should I say like a little patch on the piping right there. I'd say the back of the wrist has about 1 inch of firm density foam padding, and the inside is going to be your standard polyester nylon liner. You do also have the boxing glove tags from Venum that are attached to the tag. So it says 12 ounces right there, and Venum. Again, these gloves are made in Thailand, and it says right here, COCO Pro Boxing Gear. So pretty much identical on both gloves to show you guys. Eyeballing the stitching on here looks pretty much perfect. I mean, I don't see any deficiencies right off the bat. And obviously once you start using them, that's when you're gonna start seeing how well the gloves hold up. But just from the initial look at it, it looks great. Stitching looks pretty much immaculate. I don't see any issues anywhere. Where the thumb meets the index finger, holding the back of the glove, you can see it's pretty well balanced. I haven't put these on the scale yet, but I'm hoping these are gonna be on weight. But you can see it's not a top heavy glove either. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlace the left one. And again, the other colors, if you get red, it's more like a burgundy or maroon. This is more of like a dark blue. I don't know if the video, you can capture that in the video, but this is dark blue. They have black and a brown as well. So let me go ahead and slide these open and give you guys my thoughts on how the glove feels when you put your hand in. Oh wow. Yeah, those feel really comfortable. So you slide your hand in here and the thumb feels really good. The depth of the thumb is perfect. I don't feel like when I make a fist, the attached thumb pulls down on the tip, so that's really good. That feels really nice. The inside hand compartment, I don't feel any of the material bunches up. It has a very smooth, satiny, almost silky-like feel. The grip bar feels great, and what I also love is right here on the inside of the fingertip compartment. You know, if you guys watched my previous videos, I always talk about putting like a nice little pad that covers the stitching in this finger grip area, and Venum does a really nice job of putting almost like a flat piece of neoprene with a little bit of satin over it, and it gives it a very nice, comfortable feel. But in order to make a fist, it really takes no effort, and it has a pretty good broken in feel. I mean, if I were to make like a scale of broken inness when it comes to gloves, if we were to say 5 being the most broken in and 1 being stiff as hell, I'd say these are probably like right at 4, maybe 4.5 in terms of how broken in the gloves feel. So it's not gonna take much for you to really soften these gloves up. And you can see I can open and close my hands relatively well. For a 12-ounce glove, I'd say that they're right on point. I wouldn't say that they're overly large and they're not super compact. I'd say they're pretty much on point profile-wise with a 12-ounce glove. Now, the COCO fiber on this is definitely gonna be some kind of foam in there, maybe latex or a closed cell foam combined with the COCO fiber. When you feel the glove, it has a unique consistency to it, especially over the punch surface. It almost feels soft and stiff in certain areas, and it almost feels a little bit bumpy because of that COCO fiber that they utilize in there. So I'm kind of interested to see how that feels when I'm hitting the bag, hitting the mitts with these in terms of just the feedback and the kind of shock absorption, and if there really is any difference, or if the COCO fiber is a gimmick. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure the fiber is gonna give you a layer of protection no matter what, but to justify the jump of $450 over, say, a pair of the Venum hammers, which are $150, $100, maybe even $200 cheaper than these, will definitely be a stress just because you use COCO fiber. So to me, there really has to be kind of a justification, like to say, oh yeah, the COCO fiber is definitely way and above better than standard horsehair, and I don't know that yet. But so far it does feel really good, and you have that really nice flat punch surface on the gloves. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the left glove to see if it feels the same as the right. Sometimes you get a pair of gloves where it feels like 2 different people made each glove, which sucks because you put them on and the thumb feels perfect on the right glove, but the left glove, it feels off or it's too short. But in this case, the left glove feels pretty much identical to the right. The thumb has good depth. It doesn't feel awkward at all. When I make a fist, it doesn't pull down on the tip of the thumb. The material on the inside feels exactly the same. You don't have any kind of line or bunching up in the hand compartment or the finger compartment. You also have the same amount of broken in feel as the right glove. You can open and close your hands with relative ease. And the fingertip compartment feels really good as well. You can make a really nice grip with your hand over the grip bar. And you also have that piece of neoprene that covers the stitching on the finger compartment as well. Same kind of consistency with that COCO/foam padding over the knuckle area. So far I'm really impressed with these by Venum. The quality is definitely there. The feel and the comfort is definitely there. Now the only question mark whether or not the COCO fiber is a justification for the big price increase over their standard pro boxing glove line at $450. I'm kind of curious to see how these perform. They do say that the COCO fiber is supposed to be better, more protective, and still gave the same level of feedback as the horsehair does. So once I start hitting the heavy bag and do the mitts with these, then I'll definitely know. And from there, I'll give you guys my review. But so far, so good with these gloves. They look really nice, they feel great, and the quality is definitely there. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Venum COCO Monogram boxing gloves. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.